All right, y'all. Welcome back. We're talking with Ty. It's episode 13. Got my boy right here, D House.
How we doing? How we doing, man?
Man, long time no see. Long time no see.
Been a real long time. Real long time.
Shit, so for everybody that's watching, probably don't know. We kind of grew up together. Went to elementary school,
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
middle school,
Mm-hmm.
and then high school. We split ways, but we still always ran into each other.
Yeah, we split ways in like the 9th grade, but most people won't know that I grew up with a lot of people in the town, people like you yourself.
Yeah.
We go all the way back to elementary school, so that stuff is crazy. That's crazy.
You still talk to people from like elementary and stuff like that?
It's kind of hard to keep up with like the elementary school people.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody part ways, and everybody's growing up and going through their own things. So, you kind of just gotta let everybody, do their own thing, and just check in when you can or whatever with the ones that you might have had relationships with or whatever in the past. But yeah, I talked to some people from middle school for sure, and then for sure people from Hoover. Yeah, I always tapped in and checked in with people because I met a lot of good people there. So yeah, I try to show love.
Did you go to Hoover at all?
Yeah, I went to Hoover in the 9th grade.
Oh, that's right. Oh, that's right.
Yeah, 9th
I
grade.
do remember that.
Yep, and then I transferred high schools, went to Clovis West, moved to Clovis to Unified. That was a big change, Big change, but, I learned a lot, so it was cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of people was like, don't go to Clovis, don't go to Clovis. I understood it why when I got there, but, you can learn wherever you are. It's all about adversity. If you're facing adversity, you got to learn, you got to get used to something, used to it wherever you go.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
I got a memory from high school when remember when the freaking the Asians, Mexicans, blacks that were fighting. It was like teachers were calling out,
Bruh.
and I remember my mom being like, "Where you gonna be at? Who you gonna hang out with?" And we were kicking it in freshman year all the time. So I was like, "I want to be with Donovan."
We was locked in. All the way from elementary school. That's how moms had us. Honestly, I won't forget none of that stuff. I mean, we was locked in, and we was taught to like really watch after everybody.
Yeah.
Watch after each other. Cause that Fresno Unified is a beast, man.
Yeah, I remember you were like, "Man, if shit goes sideways." My dad said, "Hit the gate," and I was like, "I'm right behind you, bro."
Oh man, sometimes you gotta think smart. You just gotta think smart. I mean, thank God we had sports.
Yeah.
To save us. And that we had, just a lot of good kids, a lot of good parents around us, because we was lucky. We was lucky and very fortunate, because we know how hard it is to be influenced by the Fresno stuff,
Mm-hmm.
Fresno bullcrap and all that.
Yeah, man. I seen you. I think the last time I seen you was that Sunrays team, that basketball
Did you go to a
team.
game?
Yeah, when Jerron was playing.
Check them out.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, yeah, I think. Yep. Okay, that probably was the last time.
What do you do over there? You just know people over there? Or?
So my good friend of mine, Jakari McLean. He's a basketball player from Close West High School. Me and him are really good friends, and I'll just usually go and help them out, help the Sunrays program out. As you heard, like Jerron, he played for them and stuff like that for a little bit. They're still a growing ABA team.
Mm-hmm.
But I just go and show support, show love, and try to help out where I can, because Jakari's mother has helped me in many ways. So I just go back and show love and give back with, as much as I can.
Oh, that's cool, man. That's cool.
Yeah.
So when did you start making music? We're going to get into the music questions.
Music thing, man. So
I heard everything you got on Spotify, bro. I've heard it at least 3-4 times this week. Had it like running through. I was like, oh, let me... I listened to it, but like, let me listen to it. Yeah.
Yeah. No, I appreciate it, man. That's love. The music thing that's a long story, because it's probably like the one thing that I've been the most passionate about, and the thing I've been doing the longest my whole life.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, that's a long story. Really, I guess if you want to start with like where I started writing music,
yeah,
and making my own was not until after high school. Before high school, obviously,
yeah,
everything's overshadowed with sports, egos, and like we wanted to be like that jock. We was trying to, be big dogs and stuff. So a lot of high school and like everything before that was overshadowed with like sports and everything. I think it was more because like for me, I guess like I didn't see music being the cool thing, especially me being a singer. I never saw it being like the cool thing to do and stuff. So I was overshadowed with sports, like a lot of people, but when I would go back home and I go back to like church and stuff, because most people don't know that I grew up in like a church, very religious household, just a Christian household, and I go back home and I'm practicing either singing with my dad or I'm practicing at church, and I was doing that every single day.
Mm-hmm.
So sometimes it's those countless hours that people didn't get to see where I was really putting my time in, getting my work done. So yeah, I've been doing music a long time, but the music probably started 2015, 2016. Yeah, when we graduated.
What made you like, man, fuck, I'm just gonna sit down and write?
When we got out of high school, I mean, some people take the school route. Some people take, just the self-made, work for yourself route. I think I took that route. I knew people always just told me how gifted I was with singing and stuff. So I figured I'd just like try to perfect the craft. And that's the biggest thing. You got to take your time with it, get good at writing music. And yeah, really that's it. You got to have a passion for it.
Yeah.
Yeah, just like anything else. Because if you don't have a passion for it, I mean, you're really not going to, you're not going to put some time into it.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, music is a tough game to get into. It's easy to quit for sure.
So I do actually have a question for you. Mm-hmm. Why use autotune if you actually have a voice?
So, okay, let me take a sip for this one.
Because when I was listening, I got 2 songs that I like. I fuck with heavy from you.
Mm-hmm. Which ones?
It's Bad, and then I think the other one's called Lifeless or Useless, something like that. Useless, yeah, that one right there. I like those.
That was one of my best songs right there.
Yeah, that one's fire. And in your songs though, like there's one of them you went to talking like how you're talking right now, and then boom, you just hit like a high like auto-tune note. Yeah, and I was like, oh, okay, like
right.
You on the T-Pain shit right there.
Right. So with the auto-tune thing, that's like a really big question I get a lot from either like family or friends. The thing about autotune is, yes, I can sing, I can sing and stuff, but I really love autotune, and I think that's because like I get a lot of nostalgia from it. Mm-hmm. We grew up on like you said, like a lot of T-Pain. Yeah. Like when that came out when we was in elementary school, I mean that touched our hearts. That was soul. Different. So it's like you put that on now, it's gonna give us that same feeling we had. Yeah. And I think that's why I stick with autotune is like the feeling I get from it and like how many colors you get out of it. Yeah. You can get colors out of just like being a vocalist. But I mean, what people don't know nowadays is that music has been so like dumbed down that's all they hear is a ton of melodies, but they don't realize that person might not be a singer. Mm-hmm. This person might be a singer, so it's hard to just like to even tell the difference between a singer and a rapper nowadays. Yeah. But I mean, I don't think about that stuff. I kind of just do what, like I said, whatever feels good to me and whatever gives me the best feeling. So I run with it. But eventually, it'll come a time where I am making music with less autotune for like the people that want to hear hardcore R&B and all that good stuff, like my dad and stuff, because he be on my head about that. He'd be like, why you using autotune, bro? Like, he'd be like, turn the autotune off. I'm like, man, I'm a millennial. What do you want me to do? I'm like, what do you want me to do? Like, shoot, I gotta, save my youth while I got it, So that's why the autotune is still in place. So I like it, Do you prefer like autotune? Like how do you like your style? What's your style of music? You like autotune less or more?
I kind of like all music, bro. I mean, like, it just kind of like how, like you, for instance, like you're saying autotune fits you. Like in your music, like it's not like I know you have a voice, but I know there has to be some type of reason why you're using autotune. Same thing like with when he raps, he has his own style rapping and the way he says things and does things, like it's just the style. So I just like listening and watching all that. Right. Just
shout out to Marty Muller also, because Marty goes crazy. He's like one of the most popping dudes in the town right now. He's very hot artist. So shout out to him. And I think also I use autotunes because like our generation, we listen to a lot of rap also, and I like rapping a lot. So autotune, like the fact that you can rap with autotune now because of people like Drake, artists like Drake and other artists. I mean, and Chris Brown even, like the rapping autotune, I really like rapping and stuff too. Like I really listen to a lot of like lyricists growing up, like Eminem. Like I don't know what lyricists were you into like growing up around that time? I was like stuck on Eminem. You remember when that Crack a Bottle came out, or like in like 6th, 5th grade, bro? It's stuff like that where I'm stuck to still. Like I still listen to that stuff to this day.
Yeah, I still go back to all my music. I mean,
who's like your old like lyricist that you be like stuck on?
I don't know, bro. I had multiple.
You know, be going back to the early 2000s.
Unless it's like R&B, bro.
Yeah.
Nah.
No, yeah, I feel it. I feel that. But I'm well rounded with music. I like everything, just like you. Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah,
Yeah, I actually just I used to be like real heavy in like Bay music. That's what I used to
Okay.
listen to all the time. E40,
Okay.
Too Short,
Yeah,
Mr.
yeah.
Fab,
Well,
shit
you
like
got to.
that. Yeah.
It's only right. I mean, we from California, and that's why. I mean, right now I've been experimenting a lot with a lot of the Bay Area sounds and a lot of the Bay Area beats and California beats because it's just the easiest to go with. It's the easiest to gravitate to. You know, it's just it's an easy go. So
Yeah.
I've been trying a lot of new things out. You know, I haven't dropped a whole ton of music,
Mm-hmm.
but I've just been practicing. You know, like anything else, just perfecting the craft. You know, taking
Yeah.
my time with it. Yeah.
You got your own studio and stuff, or like you have people you go to and they just give you studio time?
Yeah. So the studio. So the way the studio works, I was able to like finally invest into my own studio setup and have it at home. But it took me a long time to do that. It took me a few years of you know, just going through stuff, going through lessons and stuff. But it's hard to get all the pieces together to have your own studio. So it could be discouraging. That's why I said like it's like music, like taking the music like route is very discouraging sometimes. But if you put your head down, if you have a real love and passion for it, I mean, you're gonna do it. So
Right.
I was able to buy all the pieces I needed to have like all the studio equipment like at my house, so I can record from home right now.
Oh, that's cool.
So that's been amazing, a huge blessing, and I always shout out like my brother Nate because of that. And Nate is the one who's on the Useless song.
Mm-hmm.
Nate is somebody who was able to help me get those pieces together.
Oh, that's cool.
And be able to record from home. So I always show love to him. That's my brother right there. So you was asking also if I had like somewhere I go to record like a studio, obviously like an actual studio. Yeah, so if I'm going to an actual studio, most of the time nowadays it'll be like in LA, since I've kind of found some studios that I can work at out there.
Mm-hmm.
But for the most part, I'll work from home. You know, most artists are independent anyways nowadays. So you know, if you aren't, you kind of have to find a way to just like do it by yourself. You know, because not everybody's really gonna help you. That's really how the music game is too.
So would you continue to be independent, or if a label came and was like, "Hey, like let me sign you," would you take it? Depending on the label, and I mean shit that comes with it.
I would take it depending on the contract. Obviously, you got to do some reading, have a manager or a legal team with you or something. But I would take it if it was the best move to do. But for the most part, right now, I'm only like focused on independent and doing it on myself because I have to prove myself still.
Yeah.
You know, if I even want to continue being an artist or want that to be my thing. So, because at the end of the day, like Marty said, like you can't chase anything without a dollar.
Yeah.
And you gotta handle real life, you know, first. So
yeah,
you can't,
that's true.
You can't let your head get too big with all that stuff. So,
is there anybody that you try to like reach out to, like even it could be like celebrities? Shit, because I know for the pod I do it. I've been shooting my shot for anybody I want on here.
So I'll try to like definitely California artists, California people. I'll try to do collabs with, or like any artists that I see that are like just kind of on the same level as me. You know, just trying to make it, trying to collab with other people. I'm down to collab with anybody. Really, if I'm trying to like reach out to somebody like closer to the industry, I might reach out to my brother Nick White. That's not my blood brother. That's just, you know, that's my guy right there. But Mixed by White, he's an engineer, LA based engineer. He's my guy. I mean, that's who I started doing all this music with. We started this stuff together, all in his mom's like basement like type stuff. Like it was like on some basement setup type stuff. We started with a couple of friends. I don't know if you remember that White House stuff we had going. So White House was a nice little group thing we had going with just like everybody being their own independent artist, but obviously we had to grow, split ways, and, you know, do our own thing.
Right.
So Nick is somebody who inspires, I think, all of us and a lot of people that are tapped in with Nick and see what he's doing. You know, seeing that he's able to work with G Herbo nowadays on a regular basis and stuff like that. He's a big inspiration for me. So he's somebody I'll reach out to sometimes for guidance, for help. Anything I need about music or anything. When I have questions, I'll go to him.
And he's based in L.A.?
Yeah, he's based in L.A. now. He used to be in Fresno and engineer with a lot of people like around town. And, you know, he showed a lot of love, and a lot of people, you know, are supporting him right now. You know, showing good love to him because he, you know, he's doing the right thing. He took his time, and he really just like, you know, he's just a huge inspiration, to be real. So,
that's cool, bro.
yeah,
That's cool.
It's always I glazed it a little bit.
That's all good. It's always good to have somebody that that's there for like guidance or that can at least like.
You got to be inspired by something.
Yeah.
You know, especially the people like that's close to you. Like when you see somebody that you grew up with, you know, you got to show love, support that, because you know, that shit it comes all back around full circle. You know. So,
yeah,
you know,
for real.
You know.
So your music, when you write it, is there like, because it's a lot of like, you could tell there's like heartbreaks in there that you put. Like, are all those like real true, or those like shit you grab from homies and you're like, oh, that's okay, I'm gonna throw this into a song?
So with the heartbreak music or something, yeah, all of that is like real experiences. Like I have to put my real emotions and real experiences into it so that somebody else can relate to it, or so people can really feel where I'm coming from. So
that's cool.
Yeah, I talked about it's not always just one relationship, it's multiple, and just it's always me talking about, you know, picking parts from all different relationships and just throwing it together into a song, to a mixture and stuff like that. So yeah, and nowadays I don't even really write no more. I kind of just like, because when I first started music, I used to write a lot, but obviously I don't know if you've heard of writer's block, but yeah, that's a real thing. Like if you write too much, or if you just like get too focused on writing, sometimes that can like have you just stuck for a long time and make you not want to write at all.
Yeah.
So nowadays I just go into the studio and I throw the beat on, and I put the beat on my program, and I just start like saying whatever comes to mind, like almost like freestyling, but I'm just letting whatever I'm feeling, I'm letting that out. So that's how I've been making most of my music for the past like 2-3 years right now.
So do you have a song that's about a certain girl?
No, I can't say that I do have a song about a specific girl. Nah, most of my songs, when it's about love or about a girl,
shit you've been through.
It's about shit that I've been through in multiple like different experiences and stuff. So, but I know people will be able to feel me and really relate to it. So that's why I talk about it. You know, I don't talk about it like to be on some like heartbroken lover boy shit. And stuff or nothing.
Nah, you're an R&B artist, man. I mean,
yeah. So yeah. There you go. R&B artists, they always talking about love and stuff like that. So I try to keep up. You know.
That's cool. And so, are you ever gonna? Because there's one song, I can't remember the name of it, but you're doing your R&B, and then you start to like rap a little bit into the music. Like, are you gonna jump into that world too? To where, I mean, music's one big world, but like, you know, it's dissected in different spots.
Right.
So, you gonna ever hop into just rap, and there's no type of singing?
Nah, I'll probably never do that. I mean, I'll probably make some like records where I am straight rapping, but I'll never stop making melodies, because that's what I'm drawn to, is melodic sounds and like singing. Like anything with singing and vocalizing, it's just fun and brings like emotion out of me when I'm recording. So, and it's just easiest for me like to connect with, you know. So
why don't you do you still dance?
Yeah, a little bit. I ain't gonna just talk like I just been dancing and stuff. I ain't been practicing for nothing, that's for sure. I'm definitely rusty like at all times. Hi, mama. She up now, huh?
Yes.
No, I'm definitely rusty like at all times, because you know, it's dancing like anything else. It's just like singing. If you ain't putting the work in, putting some time in, you're gonna lose it a little bit. Rusty, but man, I wish I was dancing. How about you?
Nah, man.
I know you used to get down, bro.
Yeah, nah, I don't do that no more,
crazy?
bro.
You start getting down as soon as we part ways. As soon as I like moved, you start really like getting down. I was like, damn.
I didn't show it until my senior year, bro.
I was like, what could this dude dance, bro?
Yeah,
just start dancing.
Because my dad used to be able to pop and stuff like that. So, at our old house, he used to have his little man cave in the garage and shit. And he was bumping music, and he was always been able to dance. So I asked him about like just stories.
Right.
He's like, oh, it's easy. You just got to practice.
Right.
So you started off just with one arm and all the way through like this. And I would literally sit in the mirror for hours and just do this, trying to like get it good. And then everything just kind of came all together. And yeah, I didn't show it till senior year, bro.
Why? What made you stop?
Well, I never showed it because I just wasn't like I liked doing it, but it, like, to me, I wasn't getting nowhere with it. So I was like, it's like, it's a cool little hobby that
hard to find like a passion for
yeah.
Yeah.
And then the only reason why people have seen it was because it went through somebody to this kid, and he heard I can dance, and so they used to have that Legends thing at Hoover.
I was gonna say, did you ever do that?
Nah.
You wasn't in that group?
Nah.
At Hoover? That stuff was cold. I low-key wanted to be in it.
It was cool. Nah, once, I think like after our freshman year, bro, it kind of went to shit.
Did it really?
The best one on there was bro, what's her name, man?
I thought about doing that stuff. They was out there performing, rehearsing.
Yo, why can't I remember her name, dude? We went to school with her.
She was a dancer?
Yeah.
I don't remember.
She was tight, bro.
I don't remember nobody. I remember. Oh, Joshua. Oh my gosh, that's crazy,
bro.
Yeah, we went to elementary school with Joshua. So
bro, she was cold, bro. She was cold.
No, I give her flowers, man. She was tight, man. All the way from elementary school, man.
Yeah,
she was
cold.
Yeah, she was nice with it.
But everybody else is kind of like, that's what they like doing. But to me, I mean, shit, if they see this, I'm sorry, but I didn't think they were good. So I was just like,
do you know if Joshua still be dancing?
Bro, I used to have her on social media, and she was like in her own studio, and then I haven't seen her since. So
that would be nice if she is, because I would love to see it.
Yeah,
still doing that because she was really good.
So I'm gonna have to see if some of the people I still talk to probably got her on social media. So check it out. Yeah, but
yeah, she's nice. It would be nice to see her doing her thing, because she come with some good energy when she dance too.
And she was clean, bro. Like she choreography and everything. Yeah, was getting it. One of the kids had found out that I was that I could dance, so he came up to me in class and was like, "Hey, I heard you can dance. Like, battle me." And I was like, "Nah, bro."
Freestyle Friday.
Yeah, I was like, "Nah." I was like, "Nah, bro. I'm cool. Like, I'm chilling." He's like, "Nah, like I heard you can dance. Like, what are you scared of?" And I was like, "Well, I'm not a bitch, but I just don't want to dance, bro."
And so, do them Freestyle Fridays?
Yeah, bro.
Yeah. Go ahead.
That was the Milwaukee days.
Yeah, I'm about to cut you off.
No, you good. But we ended up, I was playing basketball at the time, so we would go do work, watch film, and then we have like 30 minutes before we had to go into the gym. Right. So we had walked by, and the Legends were practicing in the little hallway right there.
I remember that.
And dude throws up his hands, and he's like, "What's up? You still fucking scared to battle me?" And I was like, damn, man. All right, I'll go over there. So I went over there and just kind of like, I had Bay music on. I think it was a function. I had them play. And
we out here trying to function.
Yeah. Okay. I think that video is still on Instagram.
Hopefully, I'm gonna go check that.
And I just remember Marty, Jerron, remember D? They were all Dejan. They were all just chilling right there, and you can hear Jerron's like little high pitched laugh in the background because I did some type of move, and after that
after that,
after that we were like, all right, it's done. Because I don't dance. I dance to like disrespect you. I don't dance to like, look what I could do. Like if we're battling, I'm gonna disrespect you.
Right, especially if you grew up with like a battle rap or a battle like dancing dad. Like shoot, they taught you the game. You can't go out with an L.
Yeah, I was like, I'm not losing this. So first time everybody sees. So after that, everybody seen me. Everybody seen the video. Everybody's like, oh, okay. So then it was.
After I seen that, I was like, let's collab. Come on, let's dance.
For real.
I wasn't practicing for nothing.
We still got to do one. Yeah, we can still probably do one.
We still easily.
Yeah.
You know, rehearsing it is what it takes. That's it.
I think that would be fire. We should though.
I ain't never giving up on nothing that we good at. You know, I'm not gonna do that.
Whatever. I do when I'm drunk. It comes out.
Yeah, exactly. You know?
It comes out.
It's gonna show. You know.
Yeah.
But you know, you can't give up on nothing that you like good at. I don't even feel like when you're a little bit good at something, you gotta like keep that going. Like sometimes for the rest of your life, because that might be something that like you need. You know what I'm saying? So keep that going.
Sometimes it always comes back to you.
Right.
You don't even know how, but it does.
Yeah, and it's funny because my dad is was a battle dancer too. He grew up a dancer. So
For real?
That's where I get.
I feel like your dad did everything, bro.
Yeah, he is a jack of all trades, man, and that's where I get it from, and that's where I get like I be like so confused on what I should do. Like I'm ambitious, and me and my father, we be so ambitious about so many things.
Mm-hmm.
We're so like gifted at like so many things that we want, or being good at multiple things. So it's like we be trying to find that balance, but you know, it's all coming together as you know with time, you know, for sure. So we just being patient, but. Yeah, he was a cold dancer, man. He taught me everything I know. That's why I started doing that Freestyle Friday stuff at Awani.
Oh, yeah?
Anyways, shoot, he taught me every move. But I definitely wasn't as good as him. So that's why I don't, like, you know, go crazy about it or anything.
Was he popping, breakdancing?
Yeah, he was a popper. He was
okay.
Popping, B-boy, like, all that stuff. Like, he was, like, one of them, put the cardboard down and let's get down, like, right now. Like, in front of the middle school, high school, whoever. And he grew up, like, doing, like, who was it, like New Edition dances and stuff. Like he would do that and perform for Hoover and stuff. Like because back when Hoover was the place to go, a lot of people don't know, but my whole family ran through Hoover. My whole family went to Hoover, and shoot, they pretty much was putting Hoover on. Shoot, to be real. But along with a lot of people, I ain't gonna just act like they did it all. But no, my family definitely ran through Hoover. My last name is definitely known a lot through there. So that's why, like, even when I came to Hoover, everybody was like, house. Like, there was a lot of houses that went through Hoover is basically what I'm saying. So,
that's cool.
That dancing stuff, it's a blessing. It's a beautiful thing to do, though.
So we should just hop on TikTok, bro, and just do it.
I'm telling you, man. We're going to get our dads in it, too.
Yeah.
Yeah. Pops going to be in the video, too. We're going to get him popping again, too.
Yes, shit.
I got
get him drunk, he'll still do it.
I got my dad to do, like, one TikTok ever, but... we wasn't taking it serious. We was probably drinking a little bit too, but yeah, TikTok is where it's at.
Yeah,
for sure.
Shit, yeah, I know. My dad's still stuck in the old times.
I know.
Social media, not it.
Both our dads.
Dude don't got an Instagram. I think he only got a Facebook for those like Candy Crush games.
My dad don't got none of that stuff. He got an Instagram just so he could like send me quotes. like. And I love him. I love that stuff. I love that stuff. Like, we love quotes. I mean, and if you're somebody that, like, embrace that self-education, like, like, and you're passionate about that stuff, we love it. But Pops got it just so he could send me, like, some motivational stuff. And I love it, but some days it's like,
I ain't trying to read this shit right now.
Like, man, I ain't trying to come to this social media stuff today. Like, man. But, yeah. It's a great little outlet, though, you know, for your podcasts, for your business and stuff. I really just use social media just for music now.
Yeah.
It used to be, obviously, growing up for us, it was like we grew up
in a time
where it was the thing to be on, thing to be just talking on that thing all the time and just communicating. But now, I mean, it should be, you know, when you become an adult, when you get a little older, it should be just used like for a business or something. You know, something that's gonna be genuine. You know?
Yeah, I know. Now I still be seeing people put all their. I mean, it's cool every now and then. Like I be posting what I'm doing or where I'm at, but like their whole personal life and drama and shit. Like, I don't give a shit about that, man.
It's
just
a bit much.
Yeah.
That's why I kind of try to stay like away from it and control like my social media usage and stuff. Because it's just, you see a lot of people are just letting their full emotions out on social media and venting and doing all that stuff. So I try not to get too into that and realize, like, you know, if I could talk to anybody, I could talk to, you know, the man above, you know, the higher power. I could talk to, you know, my family or something, run and talk to a really good friend, something like that. You want to be able to run to people like that. So, you know, stay off social media, you know, use it for the right reasons, you know, stuff like that.
So I always see people like, even like, bro, I probably watch about 10 podcasts, bro, throughout the week.
Me too. No, me too. I'm a big podcast guy.
Yeah, and
You stay on YouTube a lot?
All the time, bro. I drive far, so like an hour and a half, I have set my phone up right there and just it keeps me up. So why? And especially because this is the field I'm in right now. So like I get little ideas from this podcast, or I'm like, oh shit, like that would be a good guest. I hella forgot about them. You know, just ideas in general.
Like other guests or people could give you, you know, more ideas and stuff.
Oh man,
find more inspiration. You got to get it wherever you can. You know. So.
Yeah, nah, they it helps though. Those help. Just watching a bunch of them.
Oh yeah, so back to about podcasts. Yeah, I'm on podcasts like I'm a podcast guy, man. I'm watching podcasts like all day, every day. Like, not all day, every day, but like as much as I can. Like, as soon as I get home from like work or something, like I'm turning the podcast on. You know, not because, yeah, it's social media, but if it's something like if it's like something you can learn from, I'm usually on it. Or if it's just like, even if it's a podcast where you're getting like a lot of informational game, you know, you should be watching stuff like that. You know, it's all about what you're feeding the brain.
Yeah.
You know? So, you know, podcast is really it's a good thing. It helps us. You know.
Yeah. I like watching it because a lot of people reach out and their mindsets are way different than my mindset. So it's like when they see things differently, like maybe I didn't see it that way at first, and then when they talk about it, or like you said, they just got game and they break shit down, and I'm like, oh damn, that kind of makes sense now. I see why people say this or why people say this.
And I really like it too because, like I said, we needed it for Fresno because or the Central Valley in general, because you know that way, for one, there's a lot of talent here. For two, that way you can like get a gist of like people's actual personalities from here, instead of like, you know,
the look we already have.
The look we already have. You know, everything is just a lot of like down talk, a lot of hate, or you just assume that people are bad people. A lot of people, there's bad people everywhere you go, but there's a lot of good people here. So, you know, I love that you're putting that on display and stuff like that. That's why I really like podcasts too. You know, people can show their authentic selves and stuff like that. So.
Yeah, bro, I had to change. I wasn't always like show love to everybody. I was more to myself, like, you know, getting to my shit, just getting stuff done. So once this kind of came about, I was like, oh, okay, I gotta kind of be more open, and it's out of my comfort zone. But shit, I gotta.
Me too. Shoot, I mean, everybody has that point where they're just like super closed off, like really closed off and stuff. So I'm the same way. Shoot, especially COVID, it ain't easy to come back.
Man.
It ain't easy to come back from that. So shoot, through COVID, I was in the house the most. Man. In the house.
Shit, I wish I was in the house, bro. I was always out.
Yeah.
Always. Not even like just for work. I was working during the whole time, man.
Yeah, I was working too. I was working, and then there was times where I was just like stuck in the house, you know, because obviously if you got cut off from work or something like that, and stuff like that. So there was a lot of just like self-reflection around that time. But it was a hard time to get out of. Like, I'm glad
that shit's over.
Like, yeah, I'm glad it's over, and I'm glad to see like now, like we still like you can see everybody still getting through it, like still overcoming, you know, that COVID era. So, you know, I'm glad everybody's doing much better now, though. It's a beautiful thing.
Man, it's big blessings for real that everybody's still, you know, doing this. There's a lot of shit that still is probably going on from COVID. I mean, there's like depression and you know, then that.
I dealt with it. How you like on mental health? You want to talk about that, or you?
Oh, I'm good, bro. I'll talk about really anything. That's
So me, like for mental health, like you said, depression. I mean, I went through it during COVID, and I was very open about it. You know, I lost some people because they weren't trying to deal with me around that time, maybe, or I might have gained people that were trying to like help me out. But you know, I was very open about it because I'm not one to like sugarcoat or act like I'm not going through something. You know, I'm gonna be very vocal about it, and you know, let people know I'm going through something right now. You know, I'll get with you, you know, when it's good. So COVID was a very hard time because, you know, just a difference in pace, I guess.
Yeah, you couldn't see nobody, couldn't go out. Like, it's just life just got shut down quick. Yeah, bro.
A lot of families were like splitting up and you're not able to see your families and stuff. So that was hard.
Killer, bro. Killer.
So I dealt with a lot of depression around that time. Not very so much high anxiety, but I think just more depression than anything. But I'm glad, like, you know, God willing, I was able to like get out of all that stuff,
man,
and see much more clear, and be in a more peaceful state of mind and stuff like that.
Yes, man. Prayerfully, we don't have to go through another shutdown and stuff like that.
Nah, man. I hope not. Shoot, I've been praying for everybody. I hope everybody, you know, overcome all this stuff we've been going through. So,
that was like hell for everybody, for real. That's
for sure.
Now, I think the worst part,
that's insane.
People dying,
and
then people that, you know, that have that thought about death that just triggers people. There goes anxiety.
Yeah, you really had to be there for like everybody. Everybody had to be there for one another. So it was hard to see like some people couldn't be there for you or you could. It was sad when you couldn't be there for somebody. But so it was that's why it's a really tough time, and that's why I feel like people are still like recovering from it. You know, it was a lot of trauma around that time, but. You know, it's a beautiful time right now, man. We just trying to
just high gas prices and houses are
that's great.
crazy out the roof, but
we love that. It's California for you though. Shoot. So how about you? You still talk to any people from like elementary or middle school or anything? That's what we had.
Gilbert,
like, the most time in Gilbert.
Yeah, Gilbert.
Yeah,
that's my dog right there.
We played football, bro, and everything. He was a hooper. He did everything.
Yeah. Him, Jerron.
Yeah.
We always been like off and on, but like it's like we got one of those friendships where like I don't have to talk to him every day.
Exactly.
So when I do see him and like it's all love, you know.
Yeah, those some of the best ones.
I still got some my little high school friends that I had.
Mm-hmm.
Elementary school. Oh, I talked to Eric. Big Eric.
Eric. I seen Eric like a couple years ago.
He's not big no more, but he used to be.
He got thin, bro. That's my dad is, bro, right there.
Yeah.
I seen him a couple years ago when I was working at like Walmart or something. You know, I had a little Walmart gig, and he walked up in there and recognized me. I was like, I couldn't recognize him because he lost all that weight.
He lost hella weight.
Looking good, man, looking healthy. So, you know, big shout out to Eric, man. That was a good friend of ours. You still talk to him?
I still talk to him, bro. We just went to his mom's wedding probably like 3 months ago.
Yeah.
I think that's probably the last time I seen him.
Performing and stuff, playing his instruments and all that?
Yeah, I think he had stopped for a little bit, but he just got back on it.
That's one good dude right there. That's one solid guy.
Yeah.
That's elementary school for us.
Yeah, also, elementary school.
And then
he left in high school. He went to
he
went to Roosevelt.
Okay. Oh yeah, he did. I remember that. I remember that. That's one good dude, man. I remember also I was in band with him. You know, most people don't know. Shoot, some of the coolest people was band geeks,
for real.
They was nerds. They was band nerds.
That's what Eric used to tell me.
Me and Eric was band geeks together. We was in band and stuff. So I always remember those moments and stuff like that, man. I played the saxophone and all that, so that was cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, I used to be with bro a lot.
Yeah, I think honestly that's probably my only elementary friend. Yeah, that I can think of at the moment.
Yeah, it's like it's hard with elementary. It's harder to keep up with.
Yeah,
you know, but I think it's easier to keep those like those distance relationships. Like me and you, like we always been tapped in. Even though we might not see each other on a regular. Yeah, I think we respect each other's childhood so much. Yeah, childhood friendship. That's why we're here today. You know what I'm saying? For real. People ain't even gonna know we ain't even spoke or had like a sit down or a talk
like
this
long. Yeah, in years.
If not since years. You know, so. It's the respect for the childhood friendship that we have is a beautiful thing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And that goes for other people too. You know, other people that I grew up with, like Tony Areola. You know.
Yo, I was just about to ask. Do you talk to him?
We don't keep up that much. I know bro is kind of busy. You know, with his family and stuff like that. But it's nothing but love for Tony. Because of the childhood, friendship. Yeah, man, that was a beautiful friendship.
I remember all three of us Mom used to just drop me off and we go back to Tony's.
We used to go
swimming, go all the way back to your house.
Be up all night.
Yeah.
Shoot, playing video games, watching WWE, performing WWE.
Jumping off his grandparents' couches and shit.
Watching WrestleMania, talking about some. No, for real though. For real, those was good times. And it's crazy how fast time flies, bro.
Yeah, for real.
You think about the times, but I really could sit back and laugh and just like really appreciate that stuff. Though, so I miss all those friends that we grew up with and stuff, though. But you gotta let everybody be adults and grow up and do their thing. Of
course, man. Of course.
Go through their struggles, their mental hardships, and just give them their space and let everybody breathe and stuff like that. So, if everybody could just be more understanding, everybody we'll all be good in the end. We all gonna be at the top of it anyway. We're gonna meet where we're supposed to meet at. So,
man, I think right after high school, everybody gets like that hard, like hit to life. Where like life smacks you in the face because like friends that you thought were gonna be your friends throughout this whole time, like
everybody's time is
not
different
like
too.
that. Yeah, just
because some people, we're in that over 25 range. We're 25 range, so some people it's barely hitting now. Some people it hit when they was 19, 18. Like for me or for you or I don't know. But for me, it was a little bit younger.
Yeah, mine was young.
But it also hits like in different moments too. So 25 was a crazy age, right? Like I don't know if you felt that when you turned 25. 25 feels weird.
Damn, what was I doing at 25, bro?
25 feels weird. That's when like time starts really going fast. I feel like I realized.
I feel like this shit's slow, bro. I just turned
Really?
26. Yeah.
Well, that's true. Well, 26 was like the fastest year for me, and now I'm 27, so it's like.
Oh yeah, I don't know, bro.
Now I feel like it's like everything is like clear kind of now. So it's like I got nothing to lose now. I'm 27. Shoot.
Yeah.
Shoot. So.
Nah, I think it was once like more like maturing. Once I hit like a higher maturity level, I think that's when I think just life started moving fast. You know, you go to work, work from this time to this time, come home sleeping, weekends, go out with the homies, come back, go back to work. It's just, you know, repetitive thing.
Mm-hmm. Were you doing that like early on, like
18,
like
bro?
Right after you graduated?
I went to college for about a year.
Yeah. I didn't even ask you how was the school route for you?
I hate reading, bro.
It wasn't for me.
I can't stand it. I mean, man, I'm good with numbers, kind of. I mean, once you start throwing fucking shapes and letters in there, like, you lost me. But 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 is easy for me.
Yeah.
Reading, I wouldn't read. I don't like reading. English wasn't my thing. I did want to be a firefighter.
Okay.
But there was like a big wait list, and so by the time like
firefighters,
we went through, it was cool.
I got a close friend from high school that's a firefighter.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he really loves it, but his dad did it also. So, but it's kind of in his blood. But shoot, he makes me want to do it. Just with the way that he handles himself, and the way that he's living life right now. So
it's cool. I mean, I've always wanted. My great grandpa was a firefighter.
Oh word.
So
okay, that's what's up.
Since I knew him, I was like, I always wanted to be
you
one.
know a little bit about it.
Yeah, and I signed up for the academy, and it was like a 6-month wait. But around that time, we went through some family struggles, so I just went and got a job. Well, my job was like a full-time job, so it was like I had no time for school.
Yeah.
And then I was like, rack up this money when shit gets a little better, go to school, be part-time. I already put in my time at my work. Yeah, money got too good, bro, and I was like, nah.
Forget that, huh?
Yeah, I was making.
No, that's real though.
I was making big money at 19, 20 years old.
That's what you best do, shoot. Especially if like you don't have no passion for firefighting, no love there. Mm-hmm. You gotta move on. You gotta keep pushing.
Yeah.
You can't get stuck somewhere. Back to my dad doing a whole lot of stuff. He completed the fire academy too when he was like 36 years old or something. Like,
yo, I should get your dad on a podcast. My dude's been on Wipeout.
Wipeout. He got a resume, man. He got a crazy little resume. So yeah, he completed that, but I don't think he wanted to be a firefighter either. He probably didn't have a passion for it.
Yeah.
So, but you got to try things. You never know what you're gonna fall in love with sometimes. So, you got to try a little bit of everything sometimes. But the firefighter route, that's a cool little gig right there. School wasn't for me though.
Yeah, that's just not. It wasn't it. It wasn't it.
For me, I simplify it I didn't want to be a doctor. I didn't want to be a firefighter. I didn't want to be the police. I don't want to be a journalist. I don't want to be somebody interviewing somebody. I don't want to. I mean, I'll interview. I'll do a podcast. This is tight. Like, this is totally. This is not even interviewing. This is different. This is having conversation. But I just never desired the average, I guess, American job or whatever.
Yeah.
I always admired the self-made people.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that's why I took that route. And the time we in, with the time we're in, we're growing up in a time where, a lot more people are becoming self-made.
Yeah.
And inspiring people around us, around them or whatever. And so we can pick up a lot of game from the self-made people right now. So that's the easiest thing right now. Shoot, if school ain't for you, you ain't desire to be a doctor or something, you better bet on yourself.
School's not for everybody.
Yeah.
Would I go back in time and probably go back to school? Yeah.
Right. Now that's a different story. You know? Now will we go back and make the route a little easier? Yeah, it'll make the route easier. It will. But if you're somebody who can bet on yourself, try it. It's hard. It's not easy. It's definitely not easy doing it without school.
Mm-hmm.
And, trying to put so much weight on yourself and your brain. You feel like you have a lot on your shoulders, but you could teach yourself a lot and overcome a lot. And you can get through. You can get through.
I mean, stay away from social media in as much way as possible. But there is a lot of things that get posted on social media that are like motivational for other people. Like there's a lot of clips of Nipsey. Like Nipsey didn't go to school.
Exactly.
Like this dude was from the streets. He was just very educated in what he wanted to do, and he moved with it. And I think I had said in a couple podcasts ago that he, in one of his interviews he did, he was saying that it's like he went through so many emotions, and like it wasn't always just like, oh yeah, it's a good time. Like you're gonna have those ups, you're gonna have those downs.
That's my favorite one right there.
Yeah.
That's crazy you said that quote, because that's the quote that like be living in my head like month to month. Like that's the constant quote that's in my head is go through every emotion, because that quote actually be going over people's heads and stuff. But
I don't think they feel it until they actually do what they want to do. Like, you know, you're doing your music.
Sometimes it's not. Yeah. That sometimes it's not until they lose everything around them, which is the sad thing, is the fact that some people got to lose everything to be able to see the bigger picture.
Mm-hmm.
But I went through some of these emotions at an earlier age or whatever, to where like I was able to understand stuff like that, you know, in a good pace, I guess. I'm not gonna say like I learned it before you or I learned it before this person. No, I learned it in due time and in a good pace, and I understood that in a good pace, that you have to go through every emotion, and what that means is like truly embracing the good times, the bad times, the highs and lows and all that, whatever, right? And then that being able to realize like that's how you actually overcome, you know, the things that you're trying to, the goals that you're trying to get to, the things that you're trying to reach and all that stuff. That's how you get there, is by understanding that this is just a moment in my life. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's just a quick moment where I'm going through something, I'm being tested. Let me embrace this and not be so down, even though it's a bad thing. Let me not be so, you know, down about it, and just, you know, keep going, keep pushing in life, right?
Yeah, no, man. I feel like too, a lot of people that are doing things that, because I mean, shit, not everybody wants to work a 9 to 5. Like, I mean, my job's cool, whatever, but I'm not trying to be there forever. Like, physically, my body's already done. I've already had back problems like crazy, knees hurt. Like, I'm not. Yeah, I'd rather do this and shit, see what I could do with this, make profit for my family in this way. And
definitely.
So I get to meet new people. I get to catch up with old friends. Like, this is cool with me. I like it.
Yeah, you gotta try new things. You know, it's only gonna help and benefit you. You know, keep trying new things. You know, other people not gonna see it, but like they said, you gotta go through like Nip said, you gotta go through every emotion and just keep going and staying focused on what you're doing, so that you can overcome what you're trying to overcome. You know, that's the only way.
Yeah, and don't look at other people's. Don't look at what other people are doing.
Don't compare yourself.
Yeah,
that's one of the biggest.
Because nobody in this world is the same.
Yeah, and that's one of the hardest things to do, is to not compare yourself. Because of social media too. Because now you have to see what everybody's doing. You have to see what's going on. But it's a choice also. You don't have to. It's a choice. You know, you go to your phone and you go check that stuff. But you got to control that and understand, like, that's actually what's ruining, like, I guess, humans on the social aspect, you know?
Yeah.
It's ruining us, like, socially. You know, we can be much better and much more loving, like, social people. But social media is making it like, oh, it's cool to be like this. It's cool to be like that. It's cool to be like all these other people. So that's why we end up comparing ourselves, you know, and stuff. So it's tough. But that's life. It's a tough war.
It is. I feel like social media is a big. It's like a downfall, but I guess for a business standpoint, it helps.
Business standpoint,
because for like this, if I didn't post none of this on podcast, it would probably just be my 4 friends and my mom that watch this. Like that would be it.
Right.
Like I think my most views was like 300 and something. And I had a collab. Big. Yeah, I had a collab with somebody.
You think that's little?
Yeah.
That's big.
Yo, me and Gilbert.
Anything little is big. And then 300 views on just YouTube. People don't understand how like hard that is. Or just like even 100 views. Like YouTube is hard to build off of. So you have to believe in yourself, you know?
Big time. Yeah. With me and Gilbert, we had, when we first started this, it used to be called TNG. And the first episode got 170 views. And we were like, oh shit, like, I mean, whether they watched the whole thing or not, like, shit, people watched it.
Right.
So just kept going with it.
Might as well keep it going, being authentic.
Yeah.
It's gonna help people engage, it help people understand people,
Yeah.
and maybe give people a little bit of game that they didn't know,
Yeah.
Stuff like
I mean, you can also get ideas off social media. So the social media is not always a bad thing, but like depends on how you look at it and how you're judging people. Like if you're starting to judge people and like how they look, like
chill, bro.
you got to cut it off. Yeah. But like for me, I'm also starting a t-shirt, or just not a t-shirt brand, just a brand in general. It's called It's All Love.
Oh, okay.
And I think the heart pops up here. I think
I barely seen like a little bit of like the logo or something.
Yeah.
Today. I didn't know you really actually had a shirt brand, but I would
man. We just it's kind of a big meaning, man. Just really walk by somebody, like I feel like a smile goes a long way, or like, hey, how you doing? Whether they're having a bad day or not, like to me, if I'm sitting here frowning at everybody and mad, like it's not gonna get me nowhere, and it's just probably gonna bring everybody around me down. Like if I was pissed off this whole episode, you wouldn't want to be here.
Yeah.
Like my mom would be like, here's your kid. You need to get off the podcast, But I mean, like walking around and just letting people know, I don't have to know you. Just let you know it's all love. Like
it needs to be more of that. Nowadays, everybody thinking too much about the next person. Like, man, just stop thinking about the next person. Just like show love. Just be genuine. But it's hard for people to like. It's crazy that we're in a time where it's actually very hard for people to be just genuine. Just do what your heart telling you to do. You know, it's cool to be soft for a little bit.
Yeah,
it's cool. You ain't gotta act hard all the time and act like you ain't gotta, act like you tripping and like, I don't know, stuff don't gotta be so tense all the time and tight. You feel me? Like, bruh, chill out, relax, show some genuine love, to all your people, so we could be in a better place, calm down, find some peace. But everybody's timing is different,
Of
like
course, of course. Big time, bro, big time.
So we know how that go,
Yeah, it's just more spreading positivity, I guess, and just wanting to,
like
for real, like the name speaks for itself.
Yeah, that hi stuff, that saying hi, saying hello, saying something, greeting somebody, it goes a long way.
Yeah, bro, it makes a difference.
Yeah,
makes a difference.
Yeah, especially you get older, you start like, you might lose people, so you realize how there's still a lot of genuine souls out there.
Yeah.
So I'm not gonna give up. That don't mean I'm gonna give up on my friends or the people I lost either. I'm not gonna give up on them. Maybe their timing is different, But I'm gonna keep pushing this positive image. I'm gonna keep pushing this positivity, out there, because that's what's best to do. Too many people try to play like devil's advocate nowadays. It's like, bro,
it's not it.
How is you trying to play devil's advocate, bro? Like talking about like we don't know what's like, or like acting like they don't know good from bad. It's like, bro, figure it out. I don't know what to tell you.
You grown at this point.
Yeah, watch some self-educational videos. That's all I can really tell them at this point. But it is what it is. It's a beautiful time though now.
So branching off from that conversation, your music, is there any like big artists that you have any collabs with, or like any just known Fresno artists?
Let me think. I mean, on a mainstream, like on a big scale, there's no like A-list people or like big like celebrities or somebody that I have like a desire to really work with, because I'm more so focused on like me and my craft, and getting better with my stuff and my music. I would rather like work with people like in the town, like collab with people from home, like home-based artists. Definitely somebody like Marty Moolah. He knows that we've spoken about it. He knows that we got to definitely get one in, get a song in, and we definitely got to make a hit. Who else? Shout outs to B.I.C.A. That's another Fresno artist. We've been making music together, but we got some more stuff on the way. He's got a tape dropping pretty soon. Really locally, I've been supporting.
Just locally,
I've been supportive of more local artists and Central Valley artists, because I feel like this talent isn't on display enough, and it should be shown. Like somebody from the Central Valley or the 559 from the Fresno musically is going to do something great. It's just a matter of everybody showing more love. Like we was talking about. People got to be more genuine nowadays.
For real.
And actually, it don't have to be just about music. That's everything. Everybody's business, you should be pushing it. Everybody's stuff you should be supporting, showing real love. Trying to grow Fresno as a whole. We got a lot better. We come a long way, but shoot, Fresno still got some growing to do.
For a big time growing, but it's
like
slow. It's slow, but it's happening.
It's slow, but we got a lot of beautiful, smart people here, so we gotta use that stuff too. We gotta utilize it. To be real.
So are you gonna drop any albums, or are you just doing your singles? I think you had one.
Yeah, I have one EP.
Album. The EPs are like 4 songs, right?
EPs
like 4 or 5.
4 or 5 songs. So what an EP is it's an extended project.
Yeah.
So you usually drop a single or 2 from that project first,
and
that's what I did. When I first dropped the Problem Child EP, I dropped 2 singles first, and then I let the whole thing fly. It could be like 6, 7, whatever. It's a shorter project, right? And then I'll probably stay around the EPs or doing just like mixtapes, projects, and stuff like that until like I feel like it's like time to do a debut album. Everybody's different though. Some people just like call every tape an album, or you can it's whatever your preference is. Everybody's time is set up different. Me, I want to wait to do a debut album like until I'm more solidified in the music game. Until I have more education about music, until I'm just more solidified in music business. Then I'll come out with a debut album. Until then, I'll probably just be doing singles, EPs, tapes, small projects.
Is there different ways?
Or collab projects too with like artists.
Oh yeah, there you go.
Yeah, that's definitely a way you could do it. You could collab with other artists for a whole project. I would love to do stuff like that too.
Oh, that'd be cool.
Yeah.
So is there different ways to get your name out in the music world other than just staying in, like, wouldn't you think it would be better to branch off than stay within the Central Valley?
So that's why music is very hard, very discouraging, is because that's one of the main things is learning the business and how passionate you are about learning music when it comes to recording and the business.
Yeah.
You can win both ways. I mean, the most authentic way, the reason is like you've heard before, is obviously getting everybody from your hometown first. If you can't do it in your own city, you most likely can't do it anywhere else. And that's like the main saying that everybody says about like artists or the music industry. If you can't do it in your own city, how are you going to take it to another city?
Yeah.
So I think it goes for just like whoever the person is. It's whoever you're around. It's who you meet, who you know. That's a big thing to do with it. You could know somebody or just buy a feature from somebody, and that could blow up your career. And I'm not going to put names on that or anything, because I believe anybody's like talent, whether they got a feature paid for it or not, like their talent's gonna show, and if not their talent, their work ethic's gonna show. So, there's been artists from the town that have got features and stuff. It's not that hard to do. You just have to have a good work ethic, and you gotta also take care of your real life. Put your money up, put your money where your mouth is, and actually show that you're actually worth this. So sometimes it's just who you know. Knowing part of the knowledge is realizing that it's gonna take some money. It's not gonna just take you posting some stuff. Like, it's gonna take some money. You have to invest into yourself. That's one of the hardest things about music, is you have to invest a lot of money into yourself.
Yeah, that's everything, because everything right here is same
like
thing. You gotta invest, man.
Yeah, people think
I made no
easy.
type of money off of this. Is gonna be the 13th episode. 13 episodes, no type of money.
Yeah, people think this stuff is easy, and it's don't worry, bro. Not alone. It's the same game for like anything, like you said. Yeah.
I always tell people I'm not like, even when I like have, or I want like big rappers on here, or just like, just people like.
The thing is, it's gonna be easy to get rappers and like artists on.
Oh
here.
yeah,
that's gonna be no problem for you.
We in the works. I'm trying to get people. So,
but that's gonna be no problem.
Yeah. I'm never. My thing was to never be in it for the money. Like, this is something I like to do. Like this conversating stuff, like this, catching up, bro. We haven't talked in years.
Yeah.
So this right here, hella cool for me. I'm enjoying this.
Same here.
Yeah. So I mean, like, all my past episodes, like, we were all just bullshitting, having fun. Like that was the thing where, I mean, a lot of people are camera shy.
Right.
But so you give everybody a little bit of liquor and everybody's okay.
Loosen up a little bit,
But I mean, I'm not in it for the money.
Right.
But you do, like, at some point, if you want to keep doing something like this, at some point it's probably gonna make me money.
Yeah.
But that's not what I'm in it for.
Well, if you want money out of it, if you're taking something serious,
you
have to put money into it.
Oh, of course, bro.
And you have to put some work into it, and that's it. That's just law, It's gonna take some hard work. You know, I don't want it to quit music like plenty of times, or just you'll just be like, am I chasing the wrong thing, or is this for me, or just like life will get so hard where you be like, what am I doing? You know what I'm saying? Like you be completely like, what am I doing? But you know, you gotta put your head down, believe in yourself. You know, don't start thinking negative. Stay in a positive, you know, mindset, and realize, you know, you him, you know, or you her.
You gotta have that confidence, you know, for real.
I'm that one. You gotta have confidence and really believe in yourself, because you know, as you get older, you'll feel like you might not be that, but you gotta have faith. You know.
Yeah, you can't be cocky. There's a difference between confidence and cocky. Don't be cocky.
That's right.
Yeah.
Big difference. So,
bro, honestly, that was off the top of the head, bro.
Oh, is it really?
Yeah, I had nothing. I just listened to your music just to hear what you.
Oh, you solid.
Yeah.
So, if I was a podcast, I'd be.
Honestly, bro, that's how it was, bro. And
I'll be copy paste cut.
Dude, everybody was like, "Oh, you like." My girl was telling me I need a whiteboard. Everybody's like, "Yeah, we need you need to go on TikTok, like Pinterest, Reddit." I
thought like podcasts like use like some type of format they go off of or something.
Most of them, yeah.
Questions or something.
But once
I would have to.
Yeah, well, once you get bigger though, like the people that get bigger probably have to.
Yeah.
But like to me, I'm just.
And if it's natural for you, you don't have to.
I'm blessed. I don't have to. Like at first, I do our second episode. I have like big ass notebook right here and shit's just written down, bro. Everything I could find.
Right.
But after a while, like you start looking up things to like podcast questions or like how to interview this person or how to interview this person. And to me, like once I was looking that up, I was like, but I don't want to interview nobody. That's not my thing. Like I like to, like I'd rather have a conversation. I feel like interviewing and conversations are different. So
yeah, make them just real.
Yeah, like an interview to me is like you're trying to get a spot at a job. That's not what I'm here for.
That's what I was saying. It's like not really an interview, so it's like it's more conversation.
So I'm like, well, whatever comes to, like we had our little blank moments.
Yeah,
that shit happens to me almost every episode.
Okay,
I have to cut that shit out, bro.
Bet. Okay.
But like, for the most part, like I just kind of like I know who I'm gonna have on the pod, and then like we were texting back and forth questions like. Oh, what don't you want to be said or
right.
anything. So I just kind of take that in consideration and then just kind of like, all right. Yeah. Like I have somebody else that's talking about like she wants to come on here and talk about like black community and like how to help and stuff like that. So, and that makes it easier for me because now I can do my research and like what I need to know and like be on top of my game. Oh yeah. But there's other ones like when Jerron came. That shit was natural. When the coach was here, that shit was just natural. That
probably felt like super nostalgia or just like, it just felt natural because y'all, locked in on a basketball team is like, that's different. Like, you're going to have plenty of stuff to catch up.
Yeah, for real. Well, Donovan, thank you, bro, for
thank you, man.
Hopping on the pod, bro. It's good catching up with you, my guy.
I appreciate you, man.
We're going to keep in touch for real.
Yep. Hey,
shout out to all you guys that keep watching and supporting. Really, it's all love. Stay tuned for the brand coming out. Give me a couple weeks and I'll have website posted and everything. Thank you. It's all love.
Yes, sir.